Hi guys, I'm Woodcraft Hamster and I thought I'd come back out into the woods today and try out something new yet again with my folding firebox. Now today I want to try using charcoal just because it's easily available, it's cheap, it burns pretty cleanly and you know it's designed for cooking and heating things on. So what I'm going to do, let me just move the camera around a little bit and we'll get straight into it. Right then guys, so here is my firebox. You've all seen this before, and all I'm going to do is very quickly set it up, and that is one of the wonders of this thing, is it does set up really quickly, and as quickly as that we're good to go. Now what I've got here is just some charcoal. I skinned and gutted a very cheap disposable barbecue, cost me £1, single serving kind of thing, and I've actually kept the little lighting papers from it as well because I figured they would be useful. Now some people will leave a little gap in the middle here for airflow. I'm used to using this on a barbecue where it's just layered on the bottom, so that's what I'm going to do today. And I don't know how much I'm going to need, so I'm going to put the whole lot in. Essentially I was limited by the size of the Ziploc bags that I had, but this looks like it should probably be enough for me to brew a coffee and maybe do a little bit of cooking on. So I'm just going to take some of this lighting paper. Hopefully this will be enough to do what I want it to do. And I'm just going to kind of intersperse it in there, just randomly, and hopefully that will work. Now let me bring you a little bit closer so you can see what I'm actually doing, and if I move the camera down a little bit for you, there we go, and hopefully this is going to work. I do have other options for lighting. If not, I'm going to use my lighter because why wouldn't I? And just use this little strip here to try and get all the rest of it lit. He says while trying not to burn himself. Let me just make sure all of those catch. There we go. I'll move you back a little bit so I don't burn the camera. But you know, hopefully once that's burnt down a little bit, we should get this charcoal going. So it looks like so far so good, guys. I mean, this is kind of barbecue charcoal. It's designed to light quickly and easily and efficiently. It all seems to be working okay at the moment, but it does take a little while to burn down and to be ready to sort of, you know, if you're cooking food on this, you know, it does take a little while to be ready. Actually, do you know what? I'm going to be using this mostly for boiling some water and for cooking some noodles, which is essentially boiling water again. So I'm going to leave this for a few minutes. Move these fire sticks around a little bit. What I think I'll do, I'll move the camera around again. I'll get a little setup going, ready to make some coffee, because while this is burning down, it's still producing quite a nice amount of heat. Not as much as a normal firewood, but I can get my my little canteen cup on there and at least get that water heating while it's doing its thing. So you've all seen my little brew kit before, guys. These little molly packs are really good for stuff like this. I've got my Pathfinder canteen full of water, and I've got my, if I can get it out, my little canteen cup. And all I'm going to do is just maybe fill that, I don't know, a third maybe. I don't need a lot of water, it's only me. I'm having one small coffee, and that is going to be going, and I'm sure you've seen this before, in my little Swedish Army folding cup. These things are absolutely brilliant. I really like them. And what I'll normally do is take a little pre-packaged coffee. I've got instant coffee, I have got sugar, and I've got some powdered milk, all measured out, well I say measured, very roughly measured out, into this little Ziploc baggie which I can reuse when I take it home. And that just goes in there, just awaiting some hot water. So the fire with the charcoal is kind of slowly burning down. It's still got a fair way to go, but what I'm going to do is just pop my canteen cup on the top there, and that water will very slowly start heating while the charcoal's doing its thing. Right then guys, well my water is now simmering. I don't need it any hotter than that. I'm only having a cup of coffee. So I am going to, let me see if I can do this on camera for you. I'm just going to pour that in. There's actually about enough left if I want to have another one as well. And I shall give that a bit of a stir. And just let it sit and cool down for a couple of minutes. Now the fire, the charcoal is now kind of almost at cooking temperature, and actually, do you know what, I was going to use my little MSR pot here and I was going to boil some noodles, but actually after checking in my pack I've got a really shiny brand new grill plate for this Firebox that I haven't actually used yet. So I think what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and put that on. I haven't tried to fit any of these attachments while I've got a fire burning, so I'm quite keen to try and do that. I've got some little cabanos sausages here that I'm just going to stick on the grill, warm up, and I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to remove these 2 fire sticks, and I'm going to see if I can get this in place without burning my fingers off. Now, one of the tricks that you're shown on the Firebox website is you can use 2 of the other fire sticks, obviously non-hot ones, and you can put them in these little indentations here to help you set it in. Now my problem is always trying to work out which side goes where, and I think it's this way, or is it this way? Definitely the other way. So you slot it in like so. I got this right. Yes, I have. No, I haven't. That's definitely the wrong way around. That way. Nope. Maybe it is the other way around. Bear with me. So I do this every time. It's definitely not fitting. It's got to be the other way around. Let me see. So, let's see, that looks much more like it, doesn't it? So that goes in there. I can take this fire stick out, and then there's a little indentation here. You just pull in and clip it in. There you go. That didn't take quite so long as I thought it would. But that's the grill plate now in. And really, I'm just going to let that warm up a little bit. But I probably don't even need to do that. It's coming out quite hot as it is. I'm just going to get those sausages on. Really, just to warm through. You know, these don't need cooking, they're pre-cooked. And actually I can hear them sizzling away pretty quickly. I'll just use my knife. I'm still using my little Mora Outdoor. This is a lovely little knife. It's brilliant for out in the woods like this, just for general purpose sort of camp tasks. And do you know what? These are cooking really quickly. I mean, you can see the heat coming off that charcoal. And that's why I wanted to try it, because charcoal's obviously, you know, pretty much designed for cooking like this. The grill plate, I didn't actually think I'd ever end up using it, because I tend to do things in pots and pans. But you know what? This grill plate will go back in my pack when I'm finished. I'll give it a quick clean when I get home. I haven't got to worry about cleaning this pot, which is nice and useful. And I'm hoping that these are going to be quite nice little sausages. And actually, when they're ready, I think I'll use the lid of this pot just as my little plate. So there you go, guys. That is the folding firebox stove with charcoal. I'll give you a quick close-up. So very, very quickly, just warmed through really, not even cooked because these are pre-cooked. Nice cup of coffee. And to be honest, that little portable disposable barbecue that I took apart for the charcoal, that cost me £1. I got 3 of those bags of charcoal and the fire lighting paper that I put together in those Ziploc bags out of that. So I've basically got 3 cooking fires out of a £1 barbecue. Some people might consider that a little bit expensive. I don't necessarily disagree when you can pick up with free wood and things, you know, when you're out and about. This area, you know, is not, it's public area basically, and I'm always a little bit reluctant to burn wood because it gets quite smoky. It's normally quite damp, and you know, this is a nice, clean, generally smoke-free fire apart from the first couple of minutes, and for me that's really, really useful. I think, you know, hopefully some of you might find that useful as well. You know, we tried the sort of sawdust compressed fire logs a little while ago. They worked really well, but they were very sooty and quite smoky. So I think charcoal as an option for me is going to work really, really well. You'll probably be seeing that in more videos in the future. These little cabanos sausages, if you've not tried them, I highly recommend them. They are absolutely superb, especially when warmed up, which is new to me. And also the grill on the folding firebox stove. Bear with me, I'm being attacked by a bumblebee, bless him. Oh, that guy's huge. Seen quite a few of them about today actually. The bee, you know, spring is definitely in the air when the bees start coming out. But anyway, the grill on the firebox stove worked really, really well. I may experiment with that with something else in the future. Might bring out a nice bit of steak or something like that. And yeah, I'll see how it goes. So I hope it was useful, guys. Comments and questions in the box below. Hit like and subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I hope you'll all join me next time. Cheers, guys.